Friday Daily Dingers. We come out and we're trying to give you winners. We had a tough week if you've been following us. But Steve, what's up, my man? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, man.
Actually, hold on. Happy Parlay Friday.
That's right. Happy Parlay Friday. Just got off the Parlay Friday pod. Gave out some picks there, but I got some others for Daily Dingers because we're not. I don't really give parlays on this show often.
Right.
So we got single bets.
You have a whole show dedicated for it.
Yes, exactly. So, give him a stupid name and everything. But last night we had a good one and a bad one last night. You had a bad beat last night.
Worst one of the season, for sure.
Yeah,
so far.
Definitely talk about that.
So anybody who had Phillies -1.5 yesterday, I don't even know why I'm wearing this hat today, just because it is cool looking, but I hate this team. Hate them. Hate Jeurys Familia. They ruined my night. So they were up, I believe it was 7-1 in the sixth. Then it was like 7-2 in the sixth or seventh. Anyways, they ended up winning 8-7. So -1.5 gone. If you looked at the win probability to cover, it was like all the way up green, and then just mountaintop, just drops off the corner. So Jeurys Familia gives up 5 earned runs in the 9th inning. I hate him. I hate him, and it just ruined my night. It was the worst beat I've had. I was watching, from my phone, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, they put up 4 in like the first 2 innings. I was like, dude, cake, this is awesome. Like, this is safe, and obviously it wasn't. So one of my picks today is in spite of that, just so you know.
Oh, okay, all right,
yeah,
all right. So we're going in spite of that. Actually, that reminds me of I had a bad beat in June.
Beat in June.
I had a really bad beat in June. So I had under 8.5.
Yeah.
It was Padres and Brewers. And the Padres were up 4-1 going into the bottom of the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
And the Brewers scored 4 runs to win 5-4 and go over the 8.5.
And then it goes over. Yep. And that 9th inning is absolutely just brutal, dude.
Yeah, I mean, so I have like feelings on Jeurys Familia as a Mets fan. So that guy, whatever. He was pretty good at times for the Mets, but he gave up hits and in big spots that you just wanted to just friggin' hang yourself with wax dental floss, right?
Yes.
So like watching him, and also I don't even know who the new manager is for the Phillies. What are you doing just leaving him in there to just give up 5 runs?
Right. And you got it that close. I mean, the events that were happening too was hit after hit. Very disappointing. So screw them. That ruined my night. -1.5. I thought that was the safest bet. I was like sweat free. I went to dinner. We had some wine. I was like, no problem. 1.5 gonna hit. But that did ruin my night. But you know what saved my night, Steve? You did. You saved my night. I was in the car on the way to dinner. Steve hits me up and says, you know what? How does Rangers money line look tonight? And he's like, that's a dog. It was plus what, Steve? It was plus what? 185?
Plus 188.
Plus 188. So I'm in the car and he's like, I don't care if Ohtani's pitching. This Angels team stinks, man. I don't care if the Cy Young Award winner is pitching. Rangers tonight. I think there's something there. So, and I was like, you know what? I'm chasing a little bit, so I need to throw some money on there. Steve convinced me. I wake up to a tweet. Steve was like, we hit this juicy money line this money line yesterday. So thank you so much for helping save my bankroll a little bit, in spite of everything that happened.
No problem. It's just that was a very like hard misplay by the books, in my opinion. Like, I understand that Ohtani's pitching, but the rest, that Angels team should not be -215 against anybody. Me, JJ, and Gino could be the lineup, and they should not be -215. I don't care. So, I took a shot, and they won 2-0. The Angels don't score runs, so there you go. And Ohtani, I was on Spaces. I was on a Spaces yesterday with Peter Apple and I think Jovan, a couple guys, right? And Ollie and those guys. And they were all like, all right, this just looks weird. Like Ollie was like, I don't know why this is like this. And they were like, I'm not taking the Rangers money line because I'm not a psychopath. And I was like, I am I'm taking this bet tonight. This is the play. it worked out. So that was great. And it sets us up for a nice little Friday. You want to go into the weekend hot. So
exactly. So get yourself a friend like Steve who's looking out for you, who will send you texts that say, hey, this line's a little goofy. I think we should throw in a little bit on that. So, and that led me into, leads me into today. So I'm happy. I appreciate it, Steve. Thank you for, like I said, helping me save my bankroll a little bit at a lot of plus money. That's a lot of plus money. Not even, an even money here. We're talking plus 188. I think I got it at plus 190.
You did get it at plus 190. You're welcome. That's what friends are for, right?
Yeah.
When you see something that's off, you gotta let the people know. So if you follow me on Twitter, everybody, look, my Twitter handle's right here at Steve_Armato. There's another Steve Armato that's apparently a guitarist in South Carolina who has it without the underscore. So that's why I have the underscore. But yeah, if you follow me on Twitter and you subscribe to my Substack newsletter, I give some free picks every couple days. I give some free picks Fridays, bonus bets and stuff. So yeah, guys, like, get on it. We're gonna continue giving you winners. That's what we're here for, right?
And sometimes it's just information that doesn't pan out, but we're here to do the legwork, right?
Exactly.
Thank you guys on TikTok. Again, we're on Twitter, YouTube, Props HQ, Playmaker.
Any Reds fans on the talk?
Yeah, not yet. No, nobody's coming in on the TikTok, guys. Thanks for joining. Let's get started, Steve. It's Friday. My first one, we're gonna stick in this game, Mets versus Marlins. I'm going over 6.5. So we have two good pitchers on the bump today, Chris Bassett and Sandy Alcantara. So these two pitchers have faced each other quite often, actually. So Chris Bassett's last 3 outings against the Marlins, I think, have been all in about a month span, if I'm not mistaken. It's been 8 earned runs, 17 hits in 19 2/3 innings pitched. So not that great against the Marlins. Sandy Alcantara, again, can be a Cy Young candidate. 3 outings against the Mets, giving up 6 earned runs, 18 hits, 23 innings pitched. Now you see those hits, even though it's only 6 earned runs in 3 outings, 18 hits is still a lot of hits to give up, especially to a Mets team who can get guys on base. Alcantara today, well, his ERA is 1.8. Today's expected ERA 2.61, and again, I don't look into expected ERA too much because it does burn me. But when you see this much higher of an expected ERA, makes me think they're going to bank on some runs scored as well. Marlins last 10 games, only 3 times has this total not gone over this number. Mets are 26th in runs scored. Marlins 27th in runs scored in the last 15 days. I don't care. I think this number's a little bit too low. So 6.5 runs. We're going to go over that at minus 105.
I don't hate that play at all. Actually, on Parlay Friday, Anthony's got the Marlins on the money line just to rub it in my face a little bit. But I don't hate this play. Also, we talked about this. It didn't pan out when we talked about this on Wednesday, where major league hitters seeing the same pitcher in a short amount of time, usually they adjust. And this total's very, very low. So I had originally said that I liked the under in this game, and then listening to you talk, and then I looked up some more stats here. This is low. Like, in a low scoring game for that, like a low scoring game could be 4-3. That's not like exactly a barn burner of a game, especially if, the Mets bullpen's not great. Bassett gets hit by the Marlins a little bit, which is a little odd to me because they don't really hit anybody. But this number, like a 4-3 game, it could easily be a 4-3 game, and this could definitely go over. And I don't even think the under is that juiced up. What's the under, like minus 110?
I would have to look. Sorry, I don't have.
I could look right now because I don't even think the under.
The under is minus 120.
Yeah, so it's
at even money. The over is at plus 100.
Yeah, so I don't really. It could go either way. This one is the total to me is a low total, and we've hit this over a few different times this year. The number's been set at 6.5, and you and me have come on your show. We did a live Sunday Night Baseball one. We did something else where it was 6.5, and we're like, that's a little bit too low. The Bucks are kind of taking. I think
Scherzer was pitching, right?
Scherzer was pitching. Yeah, it was Scherzer.
2 bombs. He gave up 2 bombs in that game.
Yep. So, it's low. I'd rather take a shot on the over than sit there. So the thing is, somebody made this point the other day about betting on over-unders, and they were like, when you bet an under, you're winning until you lose. And when you bet an over, you're losing until you win.
Very true. Yes. 100%.
So this is chasing. I don't hate the pick at all. I like this pick. Even though on Parlay for everybody, if people listen to both shows on Parlay Friday, I said, look at the under. The more I'm looking at this, I actually do lean over here. And the Marlins could win this game tonight. I think they might. It's definitely a letdown spot for the Mets if you're looking for plus money. I'm not going to bet on it. I really need the Mets to win and move away from the Braves a little bit before 5 games next week, but I like where your head's at here.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're up, my friend.
I'm up. We're going to start with a player prop here. Going to go Nick Castellanos, 2+ total bases at plus 105. So I'm basing this solely on Nick Castellanos' career numbers against Jose Quintana. He's got 38 at bats. He's got a 289 average. He's got 2 home runs. He's got 6 RBIs. And those are good numbers against anybody. Big sample size too. 38 at bats. It's not like he's like 3 for 10 or something.
6 at bats. Yeah.
Right. And now also let's look a little deeper here. He might be starting to heat up a little bit. He went 1 for 4 with a couple RBIs on Wednesday. Yesterday he goes 3 for 5. Getting a little warmer. Also, this year against left-handed pitching, he's hitting 305. He's got a 743 OPS. I'm more than comfortable with the plus money here. It's 2 singles, or it's a double, or maybe he knocks one out of the park for you. Doesn't matter. 2+ total bases, plus 105. I'm riding this.
Did you see what his splits versus righties versus lefties were?
Yeah, he's hitting against lefties. He's hitting 305 this year with a 743 OPS.
Oh, beautiful, dude.
Yeah, it's way better. It's way better than him. I think he's only hitting like 240 against righties. So
beautiful. It's a good spot then.
Yeah, you gotta. It's value, right? Like it's a plus money bet on a guy that he's very good against. Sure, the pitcher's a lefty and he's against lefties. You take that every time.
For you guys talking on TikTok, 10 Cats, who we talking about? We were talking about Nick Castellanos, 2+ total bases. Steve likes him, 2+ total bases at plus 105 against Quintana. Great left-handed versus right-handed splits. So that's what Steve's got.
There you go.
Steve, I'm actually staying in that game. And I'm taking Pirates money line. I told you, it's a revenge spot for me. It's a spite spot. We should call it spite spot.
Spite Friday.
Spite Friday, because Phillies burned me yesterday. Sorry, my niece is looking at me. Bailey Falter sucks. Okay. Bailey Falter, 5.18 ERA, 9 earned runs in his last 3 starts. And that's against the Cubs. That's against the Nationals and then the Cardinals. So not very good. Last night just makes me want to fade the Phillies the rest of the season. Quintana had a great outing against the Marlins his last time out. And then he got touched up 2 times before that. One of those was in Colorado, so I'll let that go. But again, I think we talked about Quintana before. Overperforming this season, I believe so, from what we expected from him. Pirates ranked 29th in runs scored over the last 15 days. That's not good. Pirates on a 4-game losing streak. That's not good. Phillies rank 9th in OPS versus left-handed pitching, 9th in RBIs versus left-handed pitching. So they're hitting left-handed pitchers, but I just see the value on the Pirates today. Again, losing 4 in a row, not 29th in scoring in the last 15 days. And then Quintana, basically, I'm hoping that Bailey Falter acts like himself, sucks, and then Quintana just has a decent outing. You can give up 2 runs against this Phillies offense, and that's a win.
So Bailey Falter's brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, his ERA is over 5. And like people, like I hate the people that are like, oh, ERA is an outdated stat because it doesn't take into account things that pitchers can't control. Enough.
Most of the time it does, though.
Enough. Like enough with that. Like if a guy gives up a missile and it just happens to like go through the infield or something, like enough. I'm sick of it. ERA, it's the runs that they give up. Okay.
Right.
And we've done this a lot of times where expected ERA is higher and whatever. Expected ERA is leave me alone. Give me the real stats. Give me the stats that actually are happening.
Right.
Like that you could go base data off of, not fake fairy dust data that we like make these numbers with. Okay.
Yeah.
Like whatever. All right. So there's 1. Bailey Falter stinks. 2. The fact that the Pirates are only plus 105, that's a Pirates line.
Yeah.
I know you don't look at like the lines like that. Like that's a hard Pirates line right there. Like I know the Phillies haven't been that good, but they're facing a lefty. I know Bailey Falter's starting and he's terrible. They're facing a lefty and they're facing a bad offense, and yet this is only plus 105 for the Pirates. So there's something there. There's something to it. A lot of value there. I don't hate this pick whatsoever.
Nice. Steve does not hate it. Pirates, money line plus 105. Again, we like to do dogs on Fridays. So this is my dog for today. And even my first one's at plus money now. It moved. So 2 plus money plays. Again, this is Pirates money line plus 105. Everything says pretty much to fade it. But like Steve brought up, this is a Pirates line because Phillies do hit left-handed pitching very well. Pirates offense not that great. So give me Pirates money line today as a dog.
There you go. And then also I got a plus money play with Castellanos right there. So there we go.
You do.
So we got a couple plus money plays
on Fridays.
Plus money, and Wednesday was all plus money. But now I'm going into I got some minus money here on this one.
Fair enough.
Second play of the day, Yankees team total over 5 minus 120. So here we go. The Yankees have come to a point in their season where the offense has hit a little bit of a slump. Over their last 3 games, they've scored 3 runs, 2 runs. Last night, they scored 1 run. And you know what? The perfect cure for all of that is a date with Chris the Boob Bubic, as you would say.
He's a boobitch.
Exactly. So sure, he's pitched a lot better recently than he started the season. But let's get serious. It's going to be regression time for the Boob. All right. So look at his advanced analytics. He's basically Avatar. All right. It's a sea of blue everywhere. Bottom 4% of the league in expected weighted on base percentage. Bottom 5% of the league in hard hit percentage. He's in the bottom of the league in every advanced category you could think of. Yankees, best team in baseball in OPS against lefties. 6th best offense at home. Yankees are primed to break out of their slump tonight. I'm expecting fireworks in the Bronx. Yanks are going to put a hurting on the Royals. Team total over 5, and that's at minus 120. 5 runs at minus 120. You take that. Bang.
I like that, Steve. That was a great analysis. Great delivery. Hard to fade you on that one.
Oh, thank you. Let's hope the baseball gods agree there. But guys, also the thing is too, when Judge, he had a walk-off home run last night. When he hits, I feel like when he hits a home run, he'll go back to back to where you just can't get him out. So it's happening tonight.
Yeah, it's hard to take anything under when you're facing the Boob, you know?
It's
2 nips.
True. This is true.
Steve has Yankees team total over 5 minus 120 for the fact that they're facing the Boob, Chris Bubich. The Bubich. And I'm going to ride 2 in a row, Steve. I'm going to do Rangers money line again.
Let's go.
So over the past 2 weeks, this is Rangers versus Angels. Steve sold me on the Rangers yesterday, and that hit at plus 190. Now they're back down to minus 105 today. So kind of bringing that back down. But in the last 2 weeks, Angels have the least amount of runs scored in baseball. Nobody has scored less runs than the Angels in the past 2 weeks. I believe it's like 29 runs. They're 28th in OPS, and they're last in RBIs. So they're not getting on base. They're not hitting for extra base hits. They're not scoring runs. Rangers, middle of the pack, 14th in RBIs over the last 15 days. Martin Perez, better ERA on the road. They're on the road today. Drastically better ERA at night. His ERA at night, 1.5 versus during the day, 3.86. If you look into that stuff and put any stock into it, you have to, because he's on the road today and they're pitching at night. So those are the 2 premier conditions I want Martin Perez to be pitching. Give me the better starting pitcher. Give me the better offense, and give me the Rangers money line at minus 105.
And you know what I want to add to that?
What?
The Rangers have the 8th best OPS against left-handed pitching, and they're facing a lefty who is mediocre in Patrick Sandoval. So there we go.
Say that again. The Rangers are the 8th best team in OPS versus left-handed pitching.
Correct.
Beautiful.
So
it makes me feel better.
I had a bonus pick. This was one of my bonus picks. If on my Parlay Friday newsletter, we give bonus picks that aren't on the show. This was it. So there you go. Covered there. I'm in agreement. This is one of my plays today as well. So there you go. And Martin Perez, like you said, you hit the nail right on the head. Better ERA on the road, better ERA at night. The Angels stink, man. They are so bad. Why would you bet on them? You can't bet on them. They're terrible.
No, you have to fade them.
You have to fade them every time. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm in on this. All right, I got not really exciting for my last pick here, but staying in the AL. Rays, Guardians, first 5, under 3.5 at -122. All right. Since the return from the All-Star break, the Rays 25th in OPS, 23rd in runs scored, and it ain't getting any easier tonight against Shane Bieber. Bieber hasn't really been great of late. It's been a bad start, bad start, and that means he's on track for a good start tonight against a struggling offense. The Rays are struggling. Also, like, I know it doesn't seem like a lot because he's a 200 hitter, but he's got a lot of power. Like, losing Zunino is big for this Rays team, especially to score runs, because all he does is hit home runs, and they struggle to score runs anyway. Then let's go to the other side. Rays are starting Jeffrey Springs. He's got 5 starts at home this year. He's got a 1.76 ERA. Guardians, 23rd in the league in OPS against lefties, so this one doesn't scare me. I get the hook with the 3.5. I'm going to take this one as my best bet tonight. First 5 under 3.5.
Beautiful. Obviously, with Bieber on the mound, anytime you could take that first 5 under, it's going to be good, right? And like you said, you get the hook too.
You get the hook, and like the thing with the Guardians, they were at one point the worst team in the league against lefties. They've gotten a little. And I don't think it's that they've gotten a little better. I just think their other teams have gotten worse. They're still bottom half of the league against left-handed pitching. Springs he's not an opener. He'll go like 4 or 5 innings probably, but he pitches way better at home. His ERA at home is 1.76 this year. So
1.76 at home.
Yeah. So let's just keep the line moving under 3.5 first 5 for this one.
Beautiful. I think that's a good play there.
That's it. Last thing. What do you got? You got another one.
I just got a player prop. It's nothing. It's nothing serious. It's a player prop. Jose Altuve over 1.5 total bases at plus money plus 120. Someone here is saying A's money line. We can take a look at that in a second. But Jose Altuve in 19 at bats against Robbie Ray. Jose Altuve is batting over 500. He's batting 579, 1.158 slug, which is very good. Only 1 strikeout as well. So for this value, Jose Altuve trying to get the Astros going here a little bit. Over 1.5 total bases. He's got I think he has 2 home runs, couple doubles. So I'm not too worried about this. For plus money, I like that value. Jose Altuve over 1.5.
I like that play. I do. You've inspired me because of this, and you've inspired me I'm
inspirational usually, yeah.
You've inspired me to now have to give another pick, and we don't do this on this show. So things are getting a little wild today because it's Friday. It's the weekend. It's also the dog days of summer. So like you got to get a little spicy with some of this stuff because we're in that spot between like, look, I know there's other sports on right now, but it's baseball, and then
it's all women's golf today.
Everybody's waiting for football. Like that's really it. So I'm gonna do this live on air. We're getting juicy. All right.
Oh boy.
I'm doing a home run prop.
Okay.
Home run prop. It's not even that juicy. This is the league. CJ Cron tonight plus 265 dinger against Julio Urias. So just first of all, the game's in Coors, right?
Yeah.
Cron crushes left-handed pitching. Also, he crushes Julio Urias in 20 career at-bats. He's hitting 350 with 2 homers and 10 RBIs.
Okay.
Plus 265 home run prop, CJ Cron. There you go. You want something extra? We got extra.
CJ Cron, a.k.a. Cron Zone, home run today off Julio Urias.
Possibly his last game in Coors. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple players who are on the block kind of waiting on that phone call, right?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? What do you think you're gonna have to wait until August 2nd, or you think some shit might go down this weekend?
Some stuff will go down this weekend for sure.
Okay.
They got to start falling. Dominoes got to start falling. You know?
Yeah, like I was saying this earlier about the people are like, oh, the Mets went and got Tyler Naquin. Like that's not their move. They did that. Basically, they went and Travis Jankowski, you say what you want about the guy. He's a pinch runner. So you need another guy who could be a bat off the bench. Right. You could pop one here and there because it ain't going to be, guess who ain't popping one off the bench? It ain't going to be Pat Mazeika, and it ain't going to be Guillorme. They got no power on that bench. They need a guy that could pop one. Not that Naquin's like this big home run hitter, but he could pop one out every now and then. So Met fans, enough. They're going to make another move. Stop. I like what they're doing. It's a depth move.
Depth play.
It's a depth play. Let them work. All right. Uncle Stevie is going to make sure that everything happens over there. I'm not Uncle Stevie. Steve Cohen, owner of the Mets. That's what I'm talking about. You're welcome. All right.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's got to be falling here pretty soon. Today's Friday. I think it's got to happen.
What I think is interesting is, I mean, Bob Nightingale, take it with the fault, he's always wrong, but he's saying that two of the teams that are in on Soto aggressively are the Padres and the Cardinals, who are fighting the wild card spot together. So you think that that's like kind of leverage against these. You don't want the other one to get him. You don't want the other one to get him because that really affects you in the wild card race. So you think that's really what the Nats are doing. They're like, if they're competing against each other in the wild card race, we could really bump the offers up here.
Well, that's why I think that he's not going to the Mets, because I don't think there's any way the Nationals are trading within the division so they can see him multiple times during the season. So the only reason why I think, because I think obviously, like you said, Uncle Steve, you'll open up that checkbook, start writing checks, be like, yep, we got him. We'll take him for whatever. Even if it's a higher amount for a shorter amount of years, whatever. But the only reason I don't think the Nats are doing that, so you can hurt us after you already left and hurt us. You know what I mean?
Right. It wouldn't make sense. I mean, if the Mets might try and give like competitive offers, but like you want to trade away Juan Soto and then see him 19 times a year for the next 15 years. I don't think so.
Yeah. No.
Even if the prospects panned out that you got, like you don't want that.
Right.
So there it is.
Remains to be seen.
What do you got? You got last 2 days of vacation here? You enjoying it?
We leave tomorrow. Yeah, today's the last day. Last day of vacation. Right. Do you guys, anybody on TikTok have any questions? I like Patrick Sandoval. Always pitches great, just never gets run support. So that is someone who is in favor of Patrick Sandoval today.
He pitches for the Angels, so that's your issue.
Yeah. Not going to get any run support with Patrick Sandoval. But that's what they're saying. They like him. If you guys have any other looks or questions or games that you like, let us know. Otherwise, me and Uncle Steve, you're getting out of here. You said you had one more thing, Steve?
No, that was it. My one more thing was the CJ Cron home run prop.
Oh, okay.
That was it. I got nothing else. I mean, we got tonight's, you know what? I like that we hit the Rangers last night, because now it's the momentum into the weekend.
Right. Yeah. And then they're going to say, hey, dumbass, you don't do it 2 nights in a row. That's a loss.
So you know what? That is not true all the time. All right?
Negativity we don't want today. Somebody says here, what about the Marlins today? We have a play in that Marlins Mets game. I like that over 6.5 for that Marlins Mets game. Not feeling a W for the Mets today.
I'd probably look, if I'm a Mets fan, and I would probably tell you that the Marlins are a good bet, because they're coming off of they just beat the Yankees twice. It was a big emotional series, playoff atmosphere. Now they're going to Miami, where there's going to be about 14 people in the stands. It's a big letdown spot against Alcantara. So if you want some plus money, the Marlins probably at plus 100 right now. I mean, that's a pretty good play.
Yeah. So. Not feeling a W for the Mets today. That was one. That mic looks like an iBot from Fallout New Vegas. I think that's a video game. It might look like that. Hey, man, how you doing? God bless you. God bless you, too. Appreciate it.
Nice guy. Nice people.
Right? Nice peeps today. Very nice. You in Wildwood? I'm actually in Sea Isle City. These people already know where we're at just from the background. That is impressive. I would take your advice on anything, because you obviously are pretty good at investigating. Yes, we are in Sea Isle City today, close to Wildwood, not too far. I was also thinking about taking the White Sox minus 1.5. Steve, you got to look on that. White Sox minus 1.5.
I don't know. I mean, they are facing Caprillion today.
Yes, with the A's.
Lance Lynn is pitching, although Lance Lynn hasn't been very good. Let me see what the numbers are on that.
It's even money, plus 100 for that minus 1.5 for the White Sox.
Yeah, I'm looking at plus 102.
And again, that's another AAA team that you're beating up on. So at plus money, I mean, on a plus money Friday.
Plus money Friday, that's a play for plus money Friday. I think so. I was looking at like other dogs for tonight, and this is just, I could get hammered for saying this, because there's been nothing going on that leads you to believe that this would be the play. I just think that there is value tonight on the Red Sox plus 142 at home against the Brewers. I don't like Brandon Woodruff's on the mound against this kid Bello. I just feel like that there is something there. It's a value play. I could get completely hammered for saying that, but Boston's better at home, and I don't know, man. Woodruff is not the guy that he was the last couple of years. So I feel like the Red Sox can definitely win that game at Fenway tonight.
We also say I was at the Yankees Mets game on Tuesday. Great atmosphere at Citi Field. Tampa Bay is a good pick today. I like the Red Sox today. There's something there for sure. Steve agrees with you. Bello is so bad though. So
I know, but like these guys like with Bello, right? Like a lot of these guys, he came up a couple weeks ago. He's been terrible, but like remember Hunter Green? Remember these guys that come up and they stink at first? They start adjusting as you go here, and I feel like there's something there. And I don't think, like, I know the Brewers are. I don't think the Brewers lineup's like really that good. I know they have days where they put up a bunch of runs. I don't know. I don't think they're a team where he can't shut them down. I don't know, man. There's something that I'm just saying. There's something there today, and that's all. That's all I'm feeling. And I know the guy stinks. I get it, but all these guys who stink, unless their name is Patrick Corbin, have some good outings every now and
then. Yes, we are down the shore in Seattle City. So, all right, Steve, I think that'll do it for today. It's Friday, Plus Money Friday. Dogs barking. Let's have some fun today.
Hell yeah, let's have some fun. We're going to continue the wings and go into Monday.
Yes.
With after a big weekend. So
I'll be back on my home turf on Monday.
Bang.
Back in the office. All right.
All right. Well,
thank you guys for watching. Steve, you want to do the recap of the picks?
Let's go. Yeah. We're recapping the picks here. We got Mets Marlins over 6.5 at -105. Pirates money line plus 105. Then we got Rangers money line -105. Then we got Jose Altuve over 1.5 total bases at plus 120. Nick Castellanos 2+ total bases at plus 105. Yankees team total over 5 at -120. And wrapping it up, Rays Guardians first 5 under 3.5 at -122.
Those are our plays for today, guys. Hope you guys had fun, learned something. Thank you for the participation. Do you discuss Nerfies? Sometimes. We didn't discuss any Nerfies today, but follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of good stuff. Me and Steve will put out our plays and stuff like that. We usually just do all of our analysis and breakdowns here, but thank you guys for joining. Steve, we'll see you next week on Monday. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Have a good weekend, my friends.